Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. I'm in a tiny little graveyard. It's really not that big at all. And I feel that there could be more graves here. Quite spaced out in parts. But anyway, I'm in a tiny little graveyard in a tiny little village in Warwickshire. And this is my third attempt of doing this graveyard. 2 previous attempts, we tried to do it at night time, and idiots in their cars playing loud music, dancing around in their cars. I was like, what's all that about? I thought they were having a fit. Anyway, so I thought, you know what, let's just do it in the morning. So here I am, and I thought I'll come out and check this place out and see if we have any paranormal activity here. It's kind of freaky here, if I'm honest. It's quite strange. But anyway, good morning, spirits. My name is Dave. I've come here this morning in the hope, in the chance of having a conversation with somebody that resides in this graveyard. I come here with the full respect. I mean, absolutely no harm whatsoever, and I don't wish to be harmed. I'm just here to communicate. So if anybody wants to come forward, please do. Please feel free. You can stand in front of me, in front of this camera, or perhaps you can talk into the device that I'm wearing, or the camera itself. I did read a story on this church. I'll see if I can get a better shot in a bit. But I did read a story that at midnight, you do hear the sound of a banshee crying. It's been weeks and weeks since I read up on this place. I've since forgotten. Because the two other failed attempts of coming here. But yeah, apparently it's not very pleasant scream in the middle of the night. But if there is a banshee that can hear me now, maybe I won't hear you in the moment. How about give me a scream into this device I'm holding? That'd be fantastic. Just seen a woman in the distance there walking a dog. I was like, just a shadow figure, but it's not. Beautiful German Shepherd. Tell you what, while she's gone that way, I'll go this way. Oh, it looks like someone's grave there. Possibly 3 graves. The stones have gone that way. Man, you just can't see anything unless these are the back of the graves. How weathered that is. Ah, the other side. Joseph, Elizabeth, Thomas, all with the same surnames, Howard. Man, these graves have seen better days, haven't they? Is anybody here with us? Is any spirits that want to come forward? Like I said before, my name is Dave. I mean no harm. I just want to communicate. Thomas, Howard, could you come forward and communicate maybe? Or Elizabeth Howard, or Joseph Howard. You got some impressive, massive gravestones. Especially Joseph Howard has quite the size of a gravestone. And I don't know what the hell has happened to this one, but maybe it's the wind. Still waiting for that scream of a banshee. I know you like to scream around about midnight, but midnight is just too impractical for me. So if you could do something for me this morning, that'll be fantastic, that. Does any spirits want to come and follow me around this graveyard? I don't mind. Come for a walk. But you must remain in this graveyard once I leave. Just surrounded by farmers' fields. There's a house in the background there. So hopefully a nice peaceful, in respect of not too many people being here with us. Spirits, are you okay with me being here, coming to visit you? It's quite a lonely place, is this place, isn't it? Little graveyard in the middle of farmers' fields. So maybe you don't mind me visiting. I bet you don't appreciate the people that visit at night time in their cars that are parked where my car is. I could be walking across graves for all I know. There's just so many open spaces where you would think there would be a load of graves, but they're just scattered. Wow, we have an American here with us. R.F. Eisen, citizen of Cincinnati, Ohio, USA. Died in June 1909, 74-year-old. I'd like to visit Ohio. It's part of the United States I've not actually been. I don't know what your first name is. Could be Richard, Could be Ronnie. Mr. Ison, I'll call you. Mr. Ison, could you maybe show your presence here, or are you resting in peace? I guess you lived a decent age, 74 years old. But if you'd like to come forward and communicate, you know, you could maybe throw a stone at us, like towards me. Maybe it's a tapping sound. Move some leaves. I hope you're okay with me being here. You seem to be by yourself as well. There's nothing to the left of you, and there's nothing to the right of you. Look at these little gravestones. A little cross. John Taylor. Now, where is your grave? Because I don't for a minute believe that that's where you're buried. I'm just making my acquaintance to all the spirits in this graveyard. John Edward Turner, William Henry Turner, family. Wow, these graves look fairly new. Lived, loved, and laughed. If love could have saved you, you would have lived forever. 2012. 2069. 2015. So these ones are fairly new in respect of where I've just been. Like I say, spirits, feel free to come forward and talk into any of the devices. I'd like to know if you guys, or at least you guys, I talk as if you're still alive, I mean. I'd like to know if you spirits are happy here. Obviously, you must have been local to the area. I don't know what's happened to this one. The cross has been broken off. You'd think somebody would come and repair that. Kirsty, if you're with us, feel free to come forward. Oh no, hang on. Our daughter, Kirsty Louise Abbott, who died on February the 2nd, 1983, aged 4 years old. Oh my God. We have a child grave here. You'd never know that it was a child's grave, being the size of it. "4 years old. What the hell's all that about?" I know I've got a vehicle going across there in the background. I just felt, I don't know, felt really strange there for a moment. You know, I said there was 2 failed attempts. Me and my daughter coming here at the night time. And the feeling I'm getting now is like, I'm glad those attempts were a failure, because I don't know, it's really, really strange to be here in the morning. It's like, it's too open. I don't know. It's difficult for me to try and explain, but it's a very, very strange feeling. And I always say that in graveyards, and many other people say, yes, it's got a strange feeling, because they do, but yeah, it's just a strange one. So anyway, the graves on this side of the graveyard are not that old. I mean, they're going back to the 1970s and stuff. Yeah. Good morning, spirits. Is there anybody here that wants to come forward? Could somebody show a sign, please? You could knock on something, tap on a headstone, throw a stone or a branch towards my general direction. Don't be alarmed at my presence. Like I say, I mean no harm whatsoever. I just heard a little whisper in front of me. I really hope that the microphone or the camera picked that up. Is there somebody here with me? Please come forward. Could you maybe show yourself or show a sign of your presence? Looks like somebody's recently been here. Christmas baubles on the grave. Look at the size of this headstone. Don't make them like this anymore, do they? (1892), 54 years old. Good morning, Isaac. Are you here with me? Could you potentially communicate with myself? Can any spirits confirm that I did hear a voice, a whisper before? Because where I heard it, in that general area there, if you jumped over those bushes, you would just end up into what looks like a paddock of some sort. I mean, I wouldn't have thought they would even keep horses in there, because I can literally walk in it from here. This graveyard is not really very well fenced off. I know it's a stereotypical thing to say when you're in somewhere like a graveyard, but when you say, "Ooh, I don't feel alone," that's just how I feel right now. I don't feel alone. Come on forward, spirits, please. I would absolutely love it if you could come and stand in front of me. By way of means of a shadow figure, maybe. Somebody, some spirit somewhere must wander this graveyard. What about What about spirits that don't even reside in this graveyard, that still have the potential to wander here? Maybe as you come here to see a loved one. It is possible, I suppose. Not a cat in hell's chance of reading that. There are not many very, very old graves here. Now, what was that one before? 1892. I think that's the oldest grave that I've seen here, 1892. I can't make out what these two are. But even this one, which is randomly pointing towards the fields, 1919. Now I don't know if this grave stone is intentionally laying down or if it's fallen over. I do know that the church dates back quite a few years. Oh, here we go, 1865. Please come forward, spirits. I do feel that this place could be quite potentially pleasant in the summer months. It doesn't help for the fact that we're in the middle of autumn, what feels like winter. So the feel is not very comfortable. So I've walked around the church and the graveyard a couple of times now. Oh, another grave there. I just thought that was grass. So yes, I walked around a couple of times now, so I think I'll get a little device out. But what device can I get? What has a good potential of a communication? The sun is out in full glory this morning. You wouldn't think it, it's bloody freezing. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to go and stand under that tree, I think, because I don't want to get sun blind. I think here, nice little shaded area. Look what I have. The bell that's still yet to go off. I'm going to place it down here. There we are. And just to test. Lovely. Right, any spirits? You could make your presence known by a little tap of the bell. That would be fantastic. And if you do have the ability to maybe show yourself at the same time. I know it's a lot to ask for. I'm going to run the spirit talker, see how we get on with that. Because my memory is shocking, I'll probably not remember any of the names that I've just read on the gravestones, even though I've been around them twice. Sometimes when I put this on, straight away, and sometimes it takes a while. And today, it's taken a while. Good morning, spirits, once again. I'll introduce myself again. My name is Dave. I come here with the utmost respect. I mean no harm, I just want to communicate. Could somebody come forward and communicate, maybe it's with a device that I'm holding in my hand? Could you maybe give me your name? I've told you my name. You may well have known that I've come here twice before with my daughter. We did come to try and communicate, but on both occasions was an epic fail.
Unfinished business.
Have you got some unfinished business? Could you elaborate maybe? Could you explain a little bit more on what business that I take it you must have died and you didn't quite get everything done that you wanted to get done. So in some sense, your life wasn't really complete, was it? On a business side, that is. But I did ask you if you could come forward with a name. Could I ask who I'm talking to, please? I do have the K2 in my pocket. I'll tell you what I'll do. Actually, you know what? What if I just hold that there? Because it's going to be too far to put on a grave, isn't it, I suppose? Now look at the distance, right? A lot of people have been skeptical of these things, right? Now this is my phone, obviously. This is the K2.
Prison.
Prison? Have you been in prison? Now I'll put the two together and see how close it takes to activate the K2, right? Now that's about a foot. There we are. Now we're getting a spike there from the phone, right? So for any previous investigations that I've seen and people have said, oh, your phone's too close to the K2. When it's been that far apart, no, I don't think it has.
My name is Francis.
Well, Francis, thank you. I have been asking for a name.
They've upset me.
Can I ask who's upset you? I've got a funny feeling I might well know. Is it the idiots, that the only polite way of saying, that come here in the evening and blast their music and have what I can only assume was an epileptic fit in that car? Because they were very, very annoying. So I can imagine that they've upset you. But please tell me if I'm wrong. Also, Francis, was you in prison? Or was it somebody else in prison? Maybe you were in prison, but you weren't a bad person. You may well have worked in prison. Or maybe you was a bad person. I'll keep that facing you guys so you see it. Francis, are you still with me? Francis, are you still with me? Francis, could you tap that bell that I put on that grave?
Gregory.
Hi, Gregory. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to have a quick look and see what names there are on these graves here. So we got John, George. Who's this? Mary, Mary Louise. Mary, I have the bell on your grave. If you could come forward and maybe tap that, that would be fantastic if you could. So what are we looking for? Francis and Gregory. William, John. Richard.
Edna.
Now we've got Edna. Maud, Ernest, Robert Williams, John again, Ellen. So, names I'm getting through on the Spirit Talker. Evidence. What could you tell me what you're on about by way means? What evidence? I would like some evidence of the paranormal. There are many people around the world that believe in the paranormal. There are many people around the world that don't believe in the paranormal. I personally believe it because I've experienced it myself. What I haven't experienced, well, I've seen a spirit.
We are apprehensive.
Well, don't be apprehensive on my behalf. Like I say, because I mean no harm whatsoever. You got 100% trust in myself. When I was around about 5 years old, I saw a shadow moving up a stairwell in a block of flats, the inside of a flat basically. It was an upstairs flat, and I went to the stairs and I saw a shadow coming up, but as quickly as I saw it, like everywhere else when I'm out and about and I see shadow figures, the second I saw it, it was gone. I've seen shadow figures moving to the left, to the right. Obviously I've heard the disembodied voices as well, but the only thing, to my knowledge, that I haven't seen...
Yes, it's me.
Who's this that I'm talking to? The only thing that I haven't seen, to my knowledge, I might well have, I don't know, is a full-on spirit where I can stand there and look at it for a few minutes or a few seconds. And that's what I would like to get, not only for myself, but on camera. And that noise is the sound of a bin wagon going by. How lovely.
Senses.
Senses. Well, you was very quiet before, Spirit Talker, was you? But now you're not too bad. But it seems to be mixed jargon. Could you come forward with something relevant, please? I mean, the names can be relevant. Oh, lovely. Emptying the bins.
Go further.
I'll knock this off for a time being, guys. Well guys, while the bin man is making a racket, although it's slowly moving away in the distance, I thought, well, why not? We'll try the spirit box. Please come forward. Oh. What a very creepy whisper in here. What spirits are with me this morning? The spirit that whispered into this device, could you do that again?
Okay.
Okay, please. Could you whisper again? Have you... To the spirits that's trying to communicate, could you tell me, do you have a message for me?
Too much damage.
Am I okay being here? Am I safe here?
Strengthening it.
Any spirits? Could you tell me your name, please, maybe? Do you know who I am? Could you tell me my name? Right. I've asked if I'm okay being here, and I've not had anything negative. So, are the spirits that are trying to communicate with me, are you at peace here? That sounded like it swore at me. Is there a spirit here that's upset that I'm here? Is there somebody happy that I'm not here? I just want to hear your story. Could somebody tell me how they died? Did it natural causes, accident? Maybe, you know. Could you tell me, are you happy where you are? The stereotypical thing that we say is, when you die, you go to heaven. Is that where you are? Of course. So can you confirm to me there is a heaven? Are there any spirits here that are able to communicate with any of my family? maybe say a relative of mine. My grandparents, my sister, or you're unable to communicate with my family members. I'd love it if any spirits have a message for me. Also, the subscribers to my channel. Maybe you could mention one of their names. Would you have a message for one of my subscribers? Now that would be fantastic if one of the... I'd say YouTube, no way. Would you have a message for any one of my subscribers? If you do, maybe say their name. Because it's not all just about myself. You know, I've got many people that watch my videos and I appreciate every single one of them. So why not try and communicate on their behalf, on your behalf? I do feel the spirits have been trying their best, but it's settling now to the point where I don't feel I'm getting anything relevant, unless spirits, one last time, if you could say your name. If I get a name, then I know who I could be talking to. Is that Fred? Or friend? I can be your friend, or Fred. Are the spirits okay for me to turn this device off now? Okay, I'm going to turn this device off now. So if you could come forward and communicate in another way, that'd be great. Thank you. Man, I can't wait to get the headphones onto that. So is that Mary's grave where I put the bell? I think it would be absolutely fantastic if I had some sort of activity where spirits just tapped on that bell. Could anybody please do that? I've visited a graveyard, a big cemetery back in my hometown. And for those of you who haven't seen that video yet, check it out. I asked a spirit to come forward and show the presence, and the spirits moved the leaves on the ground, and it was deadly still. It was as still as it is inside of your home now. And it's not too windy. It's not, there's no wind at all. There's a very, very slight breeze. Nothing that could move the leaves around, but it would be fantastic if a spirit could come forward and move these leaves. Your footprints would be great. Of course, I'd have to run back and grab my camera, wouldn't I? Could any spirits maybe do that? Please tap the bell. That bell is the bane of my life. Well, guys, I thought I'll change from the spirit talker to the ghost tube.
Guide.
Guide. I thought it said died, but it says guide. The only reason I'm putting the ghost tube on is because I want to see if there is some sort of similarity between the two. By way of the names. There's any spirits here willing to communicate, talking to this device. I'm asking if there's any spirits maybe have a message for me.
It's not easy.
I can understand it's not easy. It takes a lot of energy. And I do appreciate you trying. I've also asked for any spirits to come forward. To the many people that watch my videos, would you have a message for somebody who watches the videos? That would be great. If you could say a name, or for the purpose of why we're here in this graveyard, are there any spirits that still want to come forward that reside here?
Are you a friend?
Are you a friend? Yes, I am a friend, because I mean absolutely no harm. I come with the utmost respect. And that is something that I would have thought that a child would say. I mean, forgive me if I'm wrong and it's not a child. But remember over there, that 4-year-old grave? Not 4 years old grave, but the 4-year-old that's inside the grave. Cable. I think that's irrelevant, maybe. Oh, lovely, there's another bin wagon coming. A very vocal bird up above. Who knows, that could be in spirit form by ways of communicating. Probably not.
Bird.
It just said bird. Wow. What are the odds? A bird's cheeping away. I mentioned the bird, and it says bird. Now that was relevant. Please, spirits, come forward and communicate. I would love a name. I would love a name of somebody that's on one of these graves. I would just like to ask you if you are at peace. Are you happy where you are? If you could possibly show your presence by way of...
Married.
Married. I'm not married. I'm open to offers. Was you married? Or was you meant to be married? Then you died. Spirits, I'm going to knock this device off now. Unless you have something that you want to say to me. before I knock this off. I'd just love to know if you're at peace, who you are, how you died.
I don't like it.
You don't like it. You don't like the fact that you died? Or you don't like it where you are? Or do you not like it that I'm here doing this? I thought I'd come along to give you some company today, have a little chat. Would you like it for me to go? One day, guys, somebody will tap that bell. Well, I thought that investigation here, I felt quite positive about that. Obviously, when I get it into the edit mode, hopefully, more things have been picked up, who knows. But I did feel quite positive about that. So thank you, spirits. Thank you for all who've communicated with me, or those who've attempted to communicate. I do appreciate that. Are there any spirits in any part of this graveyard that have not yet communicated with me, that are still trying to communicate with me? Maybe you could come forward with a message one last time before I leave this place. It's been fantastic being here. I've loved being here talking to you. I think I might have to pop back to this place. Maybe it's in the warmer spring or summer months. Once again, it'll be more than likely in the morning. From past experience, I ain't coming here at the night time. I'd love to come here in the night time because I want to hear the sound of the banshee screaming. Now, if there's anybody here that can tell me, does the banshee scream from within inside the church? Or is the banshee screaming in the grounds? And if you could make a big scream right now, that would be absolutely fantastic. Well, guys, I'm going to bring this video to an end. The morning is steadily moving on and there seems to be a little bit more activity. There's dog walkers, which I don't mind, but there's the odd car, the odd van, bin wagons and everything going by, so it's starting to get a little bit more busier. So hopefully I've had a good investigation in here today. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Please smash the like and don't forget, if you're new, subscribe to the channel. Hit the post notification bell for all new videos that I upload, and don't forget to share the hell out of these videos. I would love to, I've just reached 1,400 subscribers, which is fantastic, and it's thanks to each and every one of you guys. I would love to reach 1,500 before the end of the year. We're in the, what is it, the 25th? It's the 25th today of November. Obviously, by the time this video comes up, it won't be the 25th, but anywho, I'd love to get to the 1,500 by the end of the year. So with you guys, your help, if you could share the videos, that would be fantastic. I appreciate all that. So waffling on as I normally do. Thank you again, guys, for watching this video. Take care, stay safe, and I'll see you guys all on the next video. Thank you. Bye for now.